Keeping your RV pantry tidy can be a challenge, but don't worry, I'm here to help. I'm going to share all of my best RV pantry organization tips and tricks. Hi there, I'm Leanne, and this is Making My Abode on the Road. My pantry has always been organized, but lately I've been wanting to create some more space in there and just better functionality. And I also just wanted to make it look pretty, so I headed to Walmart. This is not sponsored, I just happen to really enjoy Walmart. And by the way, I will leave links to everything down in the description. Everything in here is from Walmart, except for a set of canisters that I purchased at Sam's Club. Walmart has always been my go-to for organizing stuff because, first of all, the price is right. You got it exactly right. But also, the quality that I'm looking for is there. I didn't buy all new stuff. A lot of the stuff I had, I just repurposed or reorganized or just reused in some way. But in order to make more space, I did have to buy a few things. I found this basket. I ended up finding this in the floral department, like in the craft section where they have all the little baskets and kind of cute little boxes. I did have just a plastic bin, kind of like this one right here, that just held all of my sauces, but it just didn't fit quite well. And the access, I mean, I had to kind of pull the whole thing out just to get what I wanted out of here. But now I can just turn this, so I have easier access. It looks better and it also fits better. It just utilizes this space in a much better way. And this is perfect. So, I mean, it pretty much works like a lazy Susan in here. So I love this. Very sturdy. Nothing falls over. Perfect. The next thing I got was a couple of these clear bins. It's so deep. I love that, first of all. I can fit a lot of canned goods in here, more than what I had before. If you remember in some of my other organizing videos, I mentioned down here I had some plastic shoe bins that I kept all of my canned goods in. In this one now, all I have is canned vegetables, and I can see, you know, this is so much better instead of down there and having to dig for what I need. And this is what gave me more space. I was wanting to be able to keep some more canned goods in here. I could probably fit 4 more cans of vegetables in there, so it's also easier access for me. I mean, I can just pull this out and kind of slide and get what I need instead of getting way down there. That was that was starting to get on my nerves. And then I got this one here that's shaped a little differently. And this one just holds packaged things like chia seeds and some nori paper, coconut, just certain things that are hard to put in anything. So here's the other new thing I got. So I just did my potatoes down here. On this side, I have beans, and then on this side, I have like soup and, you know, condensed milk, stuff like that. I can fit a lot in there, and it's also easy to access. You know, I can just grab it right out. It's just so much better than what I had before. Now, what I had before was working, and it was fine, but this is just, I just kind of wanted to upgrade it. I think it looks nice. It's just so much better, and it definitely gave me more room than just the 3 shoe bins that I had stacked. I love it, I think, and it looks so nice. And by the way, this one also found in a different department. I ended up finding this bin over kind of by the furniture, or like where there's vacuums and mops, right? And then there's like another aisle over that has some organizing bins, and then there's furniture. So, I mean, I'm telling you, all the organizing stuff is like everywhere in the whole store. So you just got to check all the places to get the good stuff. Another new item I got was this clear bin. I wasn't sure if I was going to use this. This is one of those things I just grabbed it and took it home, and I thought, okay, if I can figure something out for this, I'm going to use it. If not, I'll just take it back. And by the way, all of these things were found in different departments. I'll put a list up on the screen that you can screenshot or pause and take a photo, so that when you go shopping, you can check all of the departments, you know, for the organization stuff. And if you're shopping online, you can actually search specific departments as well. The first tip I have for you is to use bins and baskets for pretty much everything. We all know how beneficial bins and baskets are in the RV or just in general. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you take measurements before you go shopping. You don't have to get too crazy on measurements, just kind of know what you're dealing with when you go shopping. Just keep those measurements in mind or have them on your phone or a note somewhere or something. And when you're looking at stuff, you know, just look at it to make sure it's not gonna be, you know, too wide or too tall or whatever. And just get everything that you think might work and that you like or whatever. And then once you get home and you figure it all out, you can take stuff back if it doesn't work, or you might find another use for it inside the RV. That's what I do, and that's worked out great for me. The second tip I have for you is to put like items together. So as you can see, putting like items together, I have all my sauces. I have hot sauce in here and Worcestershire and some oyster sauce. And then, of course, canned vegetables. I have all my popcorn seasonings in this little guy. We love popcorn. And then this down here is just kind of open space for any extra type stuff. And then like items together, you know, honey, peanut butter, syrup, sugars, the canned goods down here. And in this bin, I have my oils and vinegars. And then in this one, this is just oil, coconut oil and avocado oil. So just putting like things together makes it much easier to keep organized and be able to find things easier. And it looks nice. Doesn't that look nice? It's just all orderly.
I love it.
So even putting like items together on the shelves, like up here is just snacks and sauces. And then I have canned goods, chips. Down here is mostly, you know, baking stuff. And then dry goods. And then my canned vegetables and potatoes. Number 3, of course, is to use that vertical space whenever possible. As far as using the vertical space, I like to get these tall bins or any kind of bins that will stack on top of each other. So I'm using that vertical space. The other way I like to use the vertical space, wire shelving or any kind of riser. And this also helps me use the vertical space because it's a deep bin and I can stack the cans on top of each other. Number 4, decanting. What is decanting? Decanting is essentially just taking something out of its original package and putting it into a container that fits the space better. For us, when it comes to decanting, I only decant certain things. Obviously, I have my sugar and my flour. The brown sugar, I decant that because it will not stay soft in the bag. This is the only thing I have ever found. A mason jar with a good metal lid and a sealing lid. The only thing that keeps it soft. Anything else is just a gimmick or a scam. That's all that works. So I have all my pasta and I've got beans, the self-rising flour and rice, all that stuff. That's pretty much all we like to decant because if you decant other things like chips, the chips, we just keep the bags right there. They'll just get stale so quick. So really it's just dry goods. The pretzels though, we do put the pretzels. That is great because you know how the bags are on pretzels? They always tear.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Another thing I like about decanting is it's just appealing to the eye. You know, when you see that, it just looks really nice instead of just having things kind of thrown in there. Also, it makes me want to cook because when I open this pantry and I look in there, it's not overwhelming. I mean, I can just see everything I need. It's not annoying or chaotic, and it just makes me want to get in there and find something to cook. Number 5, label all your bins and baskets and containers. So I'm a label kind of girl. You know, what can I say? I like labels. Having the labels on stuff just helps me stay focused when I'm making my list. And I think it's helped me save money on groceries because I'm limited to just what's in each little thing. Now, you don't have to go crazy and be super specific, you know, like, I mean, obviously sugar and flour, brown sugar and oats. Those are things for my family that I want to be specific about. But like, for example, down here, I know those are split peas, but I just put beans because we don't often have split peas. And I can put just a different kind of beans in there and I don't have to feel like I need to change the label. Spaghetti, I mean, it's spaghetti. That's all that's going to fit in here. It's a spaghetti container. But these pasta, you know, like I didn't put penne. In that one, I'm not going to put rigatoni, just pasta, so I can change it up every once in a while. Popcorn, this is like the best container for my popcorn, so it's just going to say popcorn. But this snacks. Most of the time we have pretzels. In here I usually have homemade granola, which I wanted to have it made so it would look nice and pretty in here for you when I was filming this, but it's too stinking hot, so I'm not gonna be baking for an hour. Anyway, sometimes we want to have pork rinds instead of pretzels. So, and in here, maybe we want to have something else and it's just snacks, so I can put whatever I want in there. Labels just make life easier. Tip number 6 is to just make sure you try and pack everything tightly in the pantry. Those, everything has its spot, right? Let's say I was out of coconut oil. This is still going to stay nice and tight because of this bin. So you really want to, just to try to keep things from falling over and shifting during travel, just try to keep everything nice and tight. Don't have space in between stuff. Now, that said, you also want to try to keep some empty space for times that, maybe you have some holiday items that you want to put in here, or just specialty items that you don't normally buy, so that when you get home, you got a place to put it. Number 7, use a grippy shelf liner. It's not just for dishes and drawers, it works great in the pantry too. It's super easy to use. You just cut it down to size and place it under whatever you're wanting to keep still. We've been full-time RV living for about 3 years now, so I have learned a ton about what works and what doesn't work as far as RV organization. So I've put together an entire RV organization playlist to help you get your RV organized and travel ready. I hope you're enjoying this camping season and staying safe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.